Revenge films.
My company is a bit shady, and I've been working here for several years nonetheless. I'm a full-time employee, but my pay is in the single digits. The company I work for isn't very big, but apparently it is a family-run business. All the execs are relatives. Not to criticize family-run businesses, but they would list their own home as company-owned, or the car as a company car. Anything goes, it seems. They also go on this employee trip every year, but the lower-ranked staff has never been on these trips. Apparently, the CEO and all the execs go on the overseas excursions. Of course, when they are off on these excursions, we, the lower-ranked staff, work our asses off. When they return from these trips all tanned and healthy looking, all we hear is they're going on about the good times they had. It's excruciating. Our pay was so low that we met with the boss and demanded a raise, but he just keeps repeating that the business is not doing well. But to us, it just doesn't seem that way. We worked hard but only received meager one-digit salaries. He does not allow us to do outside work because it would prevent us from doing overtime. That's why I get my phone turned off or the electricity stopped at home. The execs get to live in the company-owned apartment. For us less fortunate, we have none of that. The rank and file must pay rent, utilities, meals, the whole shebang out of our meager salaries. As usual, I approached the exec and again demanded that her pay is increased. The CEO of the company overheard our conversation and I got called into the office.
Hey, I heard you talking out there. You sure we're making a ruckus about your pay? You're not even contributing to the company all that much. You're being a bit too audacious.
But just making a living is super hard on the salary. Also, I'm doing a lot of overtime. Despite your claim, I'm more than doing my part.
How could you say that? If you're so dissatisfied, just up and quit, why don't you? If you do quit, we're gonna charge for all the training we provided. You got that?
What?
And if you go to the labor department to complain, well, we got the best lawyers to deal with that kind of thing. How can a doit poor employee like you defy that?
Upon hearing this from the CEO, I was utterly devastated. I can't quit. I can't complain to the authorities. Is staying and working quietly at this company my only choice? Dejected, I arrived home. In the mailbox was a stack of bills. On the following day, I head to the ward office to get some advice on what my choices were. As soon as I entered, a poster advertising household welfare benefits. I approached the clerk with some trepidation and decided to ask for some much-needed advice. Excuse me, I want to apply for household welfare benefits. Please forgive me, but are you currently employed? Yes, I am. I work at a company. Sorry to say this, but if you are unemployed, you are not eligible for benefits. But I'm really financially troubled. I have no one to turn to or ask for help. I don't know how I'll survive. Maybe it was because of the desperation in my face. She took pity on me. She took me to a separate office and served me some hot tea. Please drink up. It will calm you down. Thank you so much. You got a proper job, right? Is it a part-time job? No, I'm a full-time employee, but my salary is just so low. Yeah, well, all the companies are not really doing all that well. But I work as a full-timer and even do overtime, and I only get a one-digit salary. It seems so unfair. I can't make a living. What did you just say? She asked me again what I meant, thinking that she had misheard. She was flabbergasted on learning that she had not heard wrong. Then, she sat and heard out the rest of my story. Because I was headed to the water department to explain things, I had brought along all my papers such as pay slips and other bills. I placed all these documents on the desk. With a severe expression on her face, she said, "No matter how you slice it, this is just not right. Have you talked with the labor department?" He threatened me saying, "You know what will happen if you talk to them." Okay, I'm going to take the matter up with the labor department, but I won't bring up your name. Would that be okay with you? I just wanted to get out of the situation no matter what. The woman who had helped me out also accompanied me to the water department and explained the situation to them. I was asked to pay 1 month of the back bills and avoided having my water turned off. She also informed me of the legal department that handles matters regarding people having financial difficulties. And also, make sure to take better care of yourself from now on. With those kind words, tears started to roll down my cheeks. I talked with the lawyer and continued working at the office and went about my daily routine. One day, I went to the office to see the place a flurry of activity, with staffers scrambling about. The manager seemed desperate, especially the boss.
What? Why? Darn it!
He scrambled about hiding various documents. I approached a coworker to ask about the situation. What's up?
Looks like the labor department is doing a search. This is definitely the end for them.
With that, I was sure the labor department finally decided to make its move. While the labor department was conducting its investigation, I pressed charges against the company for labor violation and back pay. When I talked with that lawyer, he told me always carry around a voice recorder. I recorded all the verbally abusive that the CEO spewed. Because I criticized the company's pay, from then on, he would always use abusive language towards me, so thanks to him, I got plenty of material. My coworker approached me and said,
I want to press charges too.
So, I passed on all I learned to my coworkers. I wasn't the only one suffering from the company's meager salary. With all the coworkers pressed charges against him, in addition to having the labor department on his back, he was about to burst. Every day, the CEO was enraged, but eventually, the company's stock started to decline. Because they had all reaped the benefits of the company assets, they at first denied that they had any part in it.
I don't know anything about this. I've got nothing to do with it.
But they knew how the company operated, and in the end, they were charged with various crimes. The CEO's criminal behavior was taken up by the media. All the photos and videos of their lavish overseas trips were seen throughout the media. Even the meager salary of the low-ranking coworkers was splashed across all media. He received enormous backlash as a result. On top of that, it was discovered that he had been embezzling funds from the company and was subsequently arrested. When all was said and done, the company went belly up. He shaved all the employees' salaries equally. It was not only me he threatened, the others were also intimidated in the same way. It looks as though he is going to jail for sure. Also, the relatives who were enjoying the embezzled funds were subsequently fired or are currently being sued. In any case, all their faces were prominently displayed in the media. The entire world was against them, and landing a new job will probably be extremely difficult. But they have themselves to blame for their dire consequences. But under the current economic conditions, it's quite difficult to land a new job. I was working quite hard under these circumstances, but with the help of my lawyer, I was able to get a financial settlement regarding my back pay, so everything turned out for the better. All my other coworkers who received support are now gradually getting their life back to something like normal. With the influx of cash, I was able to kickstart my career and land a job at a new company. I landed a job at a company with outstanding benefits. My salary was so low before, but now it has jumped considerably. Because my salary was higher than expected. Did you make a mistake?
Please, you work so hard here. It would be such a shame to make an error on your salary.
No mistakes, I can assure you. Wow, I didn't realize I could get so much. I was momentarily taken aback by this fact.
What kind of workplace were you at before?
It really made me think that working hard and earning a decent salary could be so rewarding. But the boss, it was not only myself that suffered under his tyranny. The other coworkers also endured considerable anguish, for sure. He ruthlessly castigated his employees like some tin pot dictator, and then he and the other execs enjoyed the fruits of our labor. They will pay dearly for their selfish and ruthless treatment of us. I can guarantee that.
How was today's video? If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. Stay tuned for more.